Imagine 5 decades worth of progress to be washed down the drain within 1/10 of its time. Over the past 5 years, nicotine use among the teenage demographics has been on the rise. And all of this in part to do with an electronic device known as an e-cigarette. These e-cigarettes, they come in a variety of flavors. The assortment so appealing to the youthful demographics that they're picking it up with no problem. From mint to mango, even to unicorn's milk, who thought smoking could taste so great? The old traditional way of smoking a cigarette and the nicotine flavor, that's out. These e-cigarettes, that's in, giving nicotine a new lease on life. As a mother of 2 grown boys and a daughter that is still in elementary school, I can speak from experience when I say children can be easily influenced. Nowadays, social media is at their fingertips, and a lot of kids want likes. They want friends, and they want their friends to like what they're doing. So naturally, when one of the people that they're following is puffing rings of smoke out of their mouth through an e-cigarette, they want to do the same. They think they're going to get more followers. They want as many likes. As a parent, it's our job. We're supposed to protect our children. We're supposed to tell them stranger danger. But realistically, we can't hide behind every bush and stopping every peer pressure that's going to come their way. What we can do is stay informed. What's trending? What are the kids doing? And let's talk to our children about this stuff. Let's tell them and inform them before somebody else does. A commonality that almost everybody shares is that our heartstrings get tugged at when we see a child suffering. When we see a youthful person going through something, we feel sad inside. Why do we empathize? Because we relate that to us or our family. Whether it's our own children, grandchildren, nieces, nephews, or cousins, we always think, what if that was mine? Well, if you know somebody or you care about somebody that is in this age demographic, this is definitely something that you should be listening to. I would like to share with you today the rise among teenage vaping, the epidemic that it's causing, and the dangers of it. I would like to inform you what vaping is, the epidemic that is coming about. I would like to share with you who is being targeted and how. I would also like to tell you the harmful effects that it's having and what the government is doing to stop it. First, we must understand what vaping is. Vaping, commonly known as smoking an e-cigarette, is when an electronic device vaporizes nicotine and other chemicals, and the person who is using the machine inhales it. This is an e-cigarette. And the e-cigarettes come from a wide range of being sleek and small, like this one here, which is known as a Juul, to bigger ones that are not as less conspicuous. This is a Juul, and it is very small. It looks like a USB, and somebody that wouldn't know any better would think that that's what it was. You can conceal it in your hands, and because it does not smell like cigarette smoke, it's very easy to conceal when you're in public or you're at school and you smoke and you don't smell like it. This is the pod. You buy these in a pack of 2 or 4, and they come in different flavors. The most popular flavor among the youth is mint. You simply pop it in here and you take a drag. That's it. It's not very hard. This other device is a little bit more complex. This one you pull out. There is a tab here, and then you put the juice inside of it, pop it back in, push the button, and get a dose of nicotine. On the second one that I showed you, they have different flavors. This one is Naked Unicorn. They also have unicorn milk and a couple other things that I saw. This is the juice that you put inside of that one. Originally, these were marketed to adults as a smoking cessation device, but it's become an epidemic for the youth. According to Chatty, in 2014, e-cigarettes are the most popular type of nicotine that is being used amongst high school and middle school age children. In 2018, the National Youth Tobacco Survey showed a 78% increase. And that, my friends, was just last year. According to Drazen, the assortment of fruity flavors is targeted to the youth. National surveys have shown that middle and high school children will only use an e-cigarette if it comes in these flavors. Social media, that is their main outlet for the marketing. They're using Instagram, they're using Snapchat, they're using any type of social media that these children may be on to advertise and get their attention. Also, according to Chatty, these are easily accessible. You can buy these products online. So what impact is this having on people's health? Well, the effects of nicotine on the adolescent brain is going to have a greater impact. And that has to do with because the brain is still developing. According to Chatty, there's negative long-term effects on their memory and attention span. Nicotine also permanently inhibits the neuronal connectivity in the brain, and that is being formed during the years of adolescence. Nicotine is also addictive, and adolescent brains are defenseless when trying to ward off any type of addiction. The withdrawal symptoms, they're more prevalent in kids. Not only are they more prevalent, but they appear earlier. These symptoms include headaches, irritability, sleep difficulty, and also a difficult time concentrating. All of these facts are given to me by Chatty. Pulmonary effects. Pulmonary effects are big, and there's an emerging alarming rates coming across the nation right now. According to Today magazine, the CDC recently made a public announcement in the beginning of September that there are 60 new cases on top of the 450 that are already here for lung illness. 6 deaths have been reported, and there's another one under investigation. All of these cases involve e-cigarette use. Some of the cases also reported using the THC cartridges that are available now. Whether it's the THC cartridges or the e-cigarettes, they've all been used within the past 90 days. Samples have been taken from some of the cartridges, from the e-cigarettes and the THC, and they have found vitamin E acetate being used as a filler. According to Today magazine, the samples that are taken with the vitamin E acetate will solidify in the lungs and will cause a lipoid pneumonia, hence giving all of these lung illnesses. So what is being done to stop the e-cigarette usage? Well, currently the federal regulation plans to try to take these away. According to Larry, President Trump is in works of pulling most vaping products from the shelves. He wants to pull the popular fruity and mint flavors and ban them from sale, uses in the store, and online. According to Greenberg, there is a deeming rule by the FDA in which they are placing strict standards on sellers, and they are charging them high fees. Anybody marketing these cigarettes are going to have to pay. So e-cigarettes amongst the adolescent group has become rampant. The industry targets them and uses them with flavors that appeal to them, easy to get to, easy to hide and be discreetful. So It's very refreshing to see the government trying to take a stand and put some things in place. This epidemic has already claimed lives, and it is hurting the health of the youth. In the beginning of my speech, I stated that most people share a commonality. Almost all of us have a heart for the youth. I hope that my speech has motivated you to speak to any teenager that you may be in contact with. I implore you to educate your family, your friends, or anybody about this subject that you see vaping or that you may think can come into contact with somebody that's going to persuade them into vaping. The cost of e-cigarettes is much higher than what is being paid over the counter or at the store. Ultimately, it's costing our youth their very breath that they're using to vape with.